Okay, welcome back to day 5. Fantastic. We're halfway through the day, a big day of underwater hockey, and I have Luke from Canada here. Welcome, Luke, and I'm Nat Wickham from Australia.
Thanks for having me. Definitely really excited for this game coming up. It looks to be a number 1 versus number 7 game coming up for us.
Yeah, so New Zealand on the top of the seedings at the moment with Canada down the bottom, but that's look, anything can happen in these games. And you've got a game a bit later on, Luke?
Yeah, my team's playing France, so we're hoping to have a big upset, just like the Canadian girls are looking to have an upset right here.
Excellent. So we're talking the under-19s, and we're counting down to the start of this game. Fantastic. It's 2:30, and if you're watching the live stream, please get online, get on the live chat, and send us some goss, some constructive criticism, any shout-outs, and we'll pass those on to whoever is listening. So we're away, Luke, and who have we got in white today? We've got Canada in white?
That would be correct.
Yeah, okay, New Zealand black. Okay. So what are they seeing back at home? Okay. So we've just got the one camera where day 5 in, and the cameras have been in the water 24/7 for at least the 5 days, and we're just having a little glitch, the first one I think of the whole tournament. So we're not sure what you're seeing at home, but we'll just call it as best we can. So we've got a score, Luke.
Yeah, New Zealand already got in there. They're looking really hungry about 40 seconds into the match. So definitely not the way the Canadians when I started. Looks up to the top. Looks to be actually, it seems the Colombians have been switched with the Canadian name up there. So we're just working on resolving that issue for you.
Yeah, we'll get there. But it's still New Zealand 1 and Canada 0. Did you see who scored that goal for New Zealand, Luke?
No, I didn't have a chance. They were just so quick there. It is blasted right in there.
Okay. Well, our next break in play, we'll go through the team lists. And, yeah, well done, Sean. We've got our techie here, Sean, who's pretty much the man running all the cameras. 6 cameras, 4 in water, 2 out of the water, and Spot X underwater. Pardon?
Spot X underwater vision.
Spot X underwater vision are trialling these cameras just as much as we are, so they'll be really curious to see how successful they are during the competition. And we just had a goal from number 2.
Yeah, and it looks like number 2, Alicia Samuel.
Nice. Yeah, nice
for the New
work.
Zealand girls.
We got it. So, yeah, we've got New Zealand team 2, Alicia, 3, Charlotte, 4, Jordan, 5, Tessa, 6, Marik, 7, Grace, 8, Sarah, 9, Phoenix, 10, Georgia, 11, Paris, Olivia, 12, and Talia, 13, with the coach, Letitia Jackson. Whoa, nice work. There's our sponsors. Look at them all. Terrific. Big fast swim off, Luke, for the New Zealand girls, and they're just straight onto it, aren't they?
Just going back to work the way they love it, just straight up the middle. Looks like going a little bit toward the wall more than last time, but right back in the middle pool for them again.
Yeah, so they're just taking it a little bit wide off the strike, but centering it fairly quickly, and it doesn't give the Canadian girls much time to regroup. It's so hard getting into that reverse tackle position, and you just feel like you're just rolling down the pool.
Definitely, it's hard once you get rolling, once you spin backwards, a lot harder than meeting the offense straight on.
So, Luke, which part of Canada are you from?
I'm from Calgary. So that's where most of my junior team is from Calgary. 7 or 9 of us, and there's 3 girls on this U19 team actually from Calgary.
Excellent. I think you've had a major competition there in Calgary, haven't you? Wasn't well, hang on. Where's the next Worlds?
Next Worlds, I believe, is in Quebec City.
Yeah.
So that's the eastern part of Canada. If you don't know your Canadian geography, Calgary is in the western part in the province of Alberta. So a little bit more towards BC, Vancouver area.
Yeah, nice. So it's good to talk us through that, Luke, because like you said, if you're not familiar with geography, it's interesting to learn these new facts. And the next World's in Canada. We just had 2 guys coming in and checking out this communications room, and they're from Canada, and they're looking at how we're running it and seeing if they can do the same and back it up for the next Elite Worlds.
Yeah, I would love to see if Canada could do the exact same thing. This is an awesome setup, especially with the free commentary, the free video. It's way better than they have in Spain, and hopefully they can improve on it for the next Worlds. Yeah,
terrific. And isn't it good for coaching? I know anyone in the under-19 teams, you want to get on YouTube after this comp, check out some of the styles of play and how other teams have counteracted certain team drives, because it's clear. The 6 cameras make it easier to see all the angles Oh, it looks like Simon Talbot, one of the refs, is calling a penalty shot.
Ooh, very exciting. This tournament, there's been a lot more penalty goals than penalty shots. So I always love to see the penalty shot more than the penalty goal because it gives a little bit more excitement to the game, gives the one team actually a chance to defend against it.
Yeah. Have you attacked or defended a penalty shot, Luke?
No, we haven't had one yet for the Canadian side. We did one in the practice games. We were attacking, and unfortunately, we were playing Argentina. He was a little bit too excited. He popped off the wall before they rang the gong.
No,
So
okay.
It was good for us, but kind of want to practice it too, though.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like it's in the tray, and it's come on, Simon, hold it up a bit longer. It was a 4 or a 3. I think it was a 4 actually. It might have been Jordan Ross. But look, good effort from the Canadian girl. It's always pretty daunting sitting there waiting for two players to come smashing at you.
And I believe that was the captain, Matty Steves. He was out last game with the flu. The first game of the day, they only had 6 in the water. Same with yesterday. It's always hard when you have no subs to play in the pool, and at least they have one for this game now.
Yeah, so Luke, tell us a little bit about what's happened with the girls. I know we had some live chat earlier. There was someone really concerned about what happened to that player that got the puck in the forehead. So what's the update? What's happened to her today?
So I talked to the team manager, Brenda, and she kind of gave me the quick run-through as I was running over here to commentate. But the player is all right. She got checked out for a concussion. She seems to be a little bit woozy, but no signs of concussion. It was a little bit of prehistory of a concussion from last year from her. But she is okay. She's just taken this game off, which is very good to hear, though. No concussion, because I've had one of those in the past. They really suck, and you never want to have a concussion.
Yeah, and you've got to be really careful with any head injuries. So hopefully she'll be back in the water tomorrow, last day of competition before the finals. Equal puck called. Always love an equal. It's great to see how quickly the girls can get down to the bottom. New Zealand's super fast. That was I love that. That's my favourite time in a game, when I line up against someone else and race to that puck on an equal.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to catch Canada off guard, doing a quick swing to the right side there.
Luke, what position do you mostly play?
I'm a natural forward, but our team competition this year, we've put me back defenses. We've had a lot of forwards, and we decided I'm a little bit bigger than some of our forwards, so we decided to chuck me back. So
how are you finding it?
it's different. I prefer forward, but I'm getting used to it. I think I'm getting better as the tournament goes on.
Yeah, well, that's good, and it gives you more of an appreciation of what the backs have to put up with, and it actually makes when you do go back into the forward line, it makes your positioning so much better because you know where you need to be.
Yeah, I definitely understand where I want to be now, where my defense is going to be trying to shove the puck to me as a forward, and where I should be for my back checks.
Yeah, there we go. We've got some live chat now. Thanks, Alexander Duff. Footage is all good. And we've got Zane, hi Alex, and Jeremy Webster, classic Simon. I see you've made a Simons. Yeah, look, the New Zealanders are just driving, and they seem to favour the right-hand side. I don't think they've driven up the left-hand side at all.
Yeah, I don't know if that's... If I were them, I would be going more through my sub box, considering you have 4-1 subbing against the Canadians. I'm not the coach, obviously. They're winning a lot more games than my team is, so they might have a different game plan, probably a little bit better game plan than we've had in the last couple of games. Yeah,
well, if they want to use this game as a bit of a practice look at that drive into the goals, but terrific defence, Canada, well done. But it looks like a goal. Yeah, if they want to use this game as a practice for the games ahead, you want to be attacking both sides. So Janet, our techie today, who's doing a terrific job with the mixing of vision, thinks that that it was number 10 from New Zealand, so that's Georgia Coughlin, and she's the captain. Yeah, in the mixing there, Luke, we've got someone sitting next to us, Janet, who's she's got 6 cameras to switch between. And she's also got the overlay of the team sheets. So she's ready to bring up the names, update the scores, and it's she has to concentrate pretty hard.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I can barely stand watching and looking at one screen. I'd be getting confused right off the bat. No one would be like watching my stream.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit the same. Are you an ex-swimmer, Luke, or what's your background?
Yeah, I've been swimming for a lot of years. I started swimming when I was 6. My mom got me into hockey when I was about 5 years old, so I've been playing for about 13 years now. So
fantastic.
I've been around a lot.
Yeah, so into snorkeling as well in your spare time. Do you get a chance to get out into the ocean?
Yeah, we typically, my family likes to do a nice hot holiday, so we've been to Honduras, Belize, all that fun jazz. We always like to do the snorkeling.
Yeah, me too. Love it here. Though, and we just had number 5, we think, Tessa Timms score a goal. I don't know what your water temperature is in summer. Do you... where you're going, you'd be going to the warmer climes. So here in Hobart, though, we've got at the moment 14 degrees, Luke. So it's definitely like a 5'4" wetsuit at least.
Yeah, definitely. Calgary, there isn't too many oceans nearby, so always in pools. But this would definitely be more akin to the West Coast near Vancouver Island.
Yeah, great. So we've got a timeout for New Zealand. The ref's just taking a little bit of a breather. The timeouts are definitely the joker card, so they really do make a difference. And choosing the time when to call that timeout is critical, and it can really make the difference in a game.
Yeah, they definitely want to choose either if they want to calm down their team or if they want to push them on the offensive. So if you take it too early, you might lose a chance later on in the game when there's only 30 seconds left to kind of hold that clock where it is and get your team a little bit of rest and a little bit more energy to get in there.
Yeah, well said, Luke. You're spot on with that, either calming the team down, but also resetting and resetting an attack. And quite often you see a goal after a timeout. They really are the trump card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely it's one of the few chances the coaches can actually enable maybe a different skew to their game plan or kind of reinforce their game plan going back into the game.
Yeah, nice. So, Luke, how old are you, Luke?
I'm 18.
18. So, is this your first Worlds for second? Terrific. So you were in Spain?
Mm-hmm, yes, I was playing with Canada in Spain.
Yeah, well done. And looking, of course, to the under-23s in 2 years' time in Sheffield, England.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to play for that team. I know quite a few of the guys on this U23 team, and most of my teams will actually be moving up that age. So we're going to have a very strong team, I believe, next year, hopefully.
Yeah,
hopefully if everyone keeps with it.
Yeah, good stuff. And I think the pool's 2.6 metres in Sheffield.
I couldn't tell you, but you know, always like the 2.6.
Thanks, Janet. We have number one. Number one? Don't think we've got a number one. Okay, so we'll just have a look and see who scored that goal, unless it was number 10. But you're seeing the same vision as we're seeing, so maybe back at home you'll be able to see who scored that goal. And we're off again. So 6 minutes to go in the first half. New Zealand have called one timeout. I imagine that Canada will use their timeout to give the girls a bit of a break. Beautiful swim and looks straightening up already. She's wearing Nagi fins, I think, Luke.
Yeah, Nagi is one of the sponsors of this event, I believe. And great fin, great bang for your buck.
It is. It's pretty indestructible. Sometimes not as good in the top end speed, but very manoeuvrable. Though I think if you have a really fast, thanks Janet, if you have a really fast kick style, you can get that real zoom. And so number 2, Alicia Samuel, a goal for you. Now with the final seedings, Luke, when they're deciding on who makes the grand final, the finals, they look at where you finished in the seeding. Then they look at if there's a draw. In that to decide your ranking. They look at your head-to-head, the last time you came up against each other. Then down the rank, it looks, the last thing is goals against. We don't actually focus on goals for, which is a great thing because it stops teams annihilating,
you don't really want a team kind of shooting up the score just to maybe get an edge for a playoff rush. You know, you want to see a good game of hockey, games where they just kill each other. Like, they're entertaining for one side, usually for the other side, and not too fun.
No, that's right. And it should be, the focus should be on refining your own game plan, not focusing on just getting it over and over in the tray. You call it a tray? No, I know what you call it. You call it
I call it a goal.
Goal.
I've been trying to experiment. I've been calling it the 10, hearing a lot of different phrases for it. So.
Yeah, I'm liking the trough.
Like trough?
The trough or the bucket?
Trough is a good one.
Whole bucket, net even.
Bucket's a new one for me.
We'll just we'll work it around that one. Tray sounds pretty good. Okay, so we're ready for another 5 minutes of hockey. I was talking to one of the pool staff here at the Doone Kennedy Hobart Aquatic Centre. Great. I think it's a great setup. They've really looked after us. The pool staff gave some really nice feedback to you guys, all the players. They said that they're also polite and the energy, you can just feel it in the stands. And it looks like we're getting another drive for goal for New Zealand. We'll just call who it was. Number 9, I think, was that, Luke? You can see the number there, Phoenix.
So,
Yep, Phoenix and Air. No, I was talking to Ayrton, who works at the centre here, and he's from a swimming background. And he said to me, Nat, the people here, there's so much camaraderie, and especially all their warm-ups are really pretty cool. But he said at a swimming meet, it's just nothing like that. He said it's a polar opposite, the feel in the stands.
Yeah, I was swimming for a number of years, and swimming's more of a kind of a solo sport. Typically, you have clubs, but when you come to Worlds, you're representing a nation, right? So it's not just your own team. You have 4 of the teams with you, all representing your own flag. You want to be very respectful, but you also want to bring a lot of energy and just support every one of your other teams. Like my teammates they're in the crowd right now supporting our girls, and I'm here commenting. And we've known the U23s have been watching all of our games, even if they're not at the pool, they're watching it on TV for us.
Yeah, exactly. And Ayrton was saying that even in the same kind of squad at swimming, they're still your rivals. You're still racing against them. But you're right, there's terrific support. And if we look up in the stands, you can see the big blocks. I think we've got a big block there of New Zealanders. Can you see that? Just
yeah,
straight out there?
definitely. See the ferns sitting there on their chest. And New Zealand traveled very well to Australia, believe it or not. Very close.
Yeah, that's right. They have a big support crew. We're looking at the stats for who's been watching the live stream, and Southern Hemisphere seems to have it with the number of minutes watched on YouTube. We can bring up all that data, and New Zealand, big watchers, Argentina and Colombia have got heaps of hits and view times, and Australia, and then the Northern Hemisphere follows. But I suppose the time difference for those guys, that makes a bit of a difference.
Yeah, especially for the northern half of the world. I know in my hometown of Calgary, I think it's about 10, 11 o'clock. So it's kind of hard to watch these later games, especially like my team plays 2 hours from now. It's about midnight. It's kind of a little bit harder to watch unless you want to save your sleep.
Well, especially if you've got the work the next day. But luckily with this streaming on YouTube, it can be watched anytime, and it's free, and you don't have to subscribe. And I think that's fantastic.
Definitely an amazing setup. I know my team, we've been watching after every time we get back home. We're like, okay, let's watch this game. Let's see where we messed up. Let's see what we can improve on and see what we did good.
Yeah, that's right. And look, while there's another break in play, we might plug a few more of our sponsors. We've got Lee Stinson. We've got a chuck out, sorry.
Yeah, there's a penalty against the main Schoenberger, actually from my own club in Calgary. Looks to be on Sportsman-like. I didn't see...
Yeah, look, I'm loving the way they're pulling up. There's heaps of people being thrown out for unsportsmanlike behaviour, and I love the way the refs take the bull by the horns and actually do that, because it makes a statement that we're not accepting any of this rubbish, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely refs really want to keep that game safe. They want anyone getting too excited. They want to keep the energy high, but they don't want to keep it angry, right?
Yeah,
they want to
nice.
keep everyone having a fun game, but you don't want people chucking bows, chucking pucks at each other's face. They're not going to have zero tolerance for it. They're going to chuck you out for 2 minutes as soon as anything like that happens.
Yeah, well said, Luke. Terrific. Yeah. So she'll be out for 2 minutes for that, Luke, and they really don't need someone out in the pit at the moment, the poor things. However, the refs have to call it. 3 refs in the water. Luke, that's actually a relatively new thing, Luke, the 3 refs and the playing advantage. From my experience in, my history in playing, I remember when it was just 2 refs and they didn't play advantage. And this makes such a more flowing game.
Yeah, it's nice to have 3 refs in there. They can almost see every single call. Sometimes they miss a couple, obviously, because everyone's human, but it's pretty hard to get one past these refs. They're definitely everyone in the pool, eyes like hawks in there.
Yeah, and having that 3rd ref, they have a system, another one in the tray. We'll just call that who it was, number 11, I think, for New Zealand. No, number 12. Okay, so she was an assist, Olivia Dorr. Having that 3rd ref, they rotate in the water. One ref will be watching the on surface, behind the puck kind of play, and there'll be 2 refs watching the play on the puck. Have you done much reffing, Luke?
I've done a little bit of reffing. I'm not the best ref out there, but I've definitely been taking my fair share at it. Not very good. I know Hugo very well, the deck ref on there. He's a very fun guy, and I've been asking him a little bit of tips on how to be a better ref.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, it really is a certain personality style that makes a good ref. I find that when I'm watching, I start to do the coaching role and go, wow, that was a really good move. I would have done something different. And then, whoops, missed a foul. So, yeah, I'm not the best, that's for sure. But I appreciate their efforts. They do a terrific job. So right on 12 seconds to go, we have another goal for number 7, I believe, Grace Driscoll.
And reffing, it's actually a lot of work to get up to a world's level. You have to first get your level 1, That's just through a basic clinic. To get your level 2, you have to ref a number of games, and get your level 3, you actually get certified by another level 3 ref. It's very hard to get it, and these refs all put a lot of work and effort in just to come to this World's competition.
Yeah, it looks spot on. And I was talking to one of the assessing refs, and they're meeting every second night. They have a full refs meeting where they can ask questions and clarify things. And then after that, the assessors get together and give feedback to the refs to make sure it's all the same standard. And a lot of these guys, they've left full-time jobs to come here. So they've made their way over. They're giving up income to be here, and sometimes their annual holidays. So it's pretty amazing. I don't know if I'd be that dedicated, I suppose, but we really appreciate that they've given up a lot to be here.
Yeah, they definitely all have the same level of sport as all the players do, because it's not too easy to give up about 2 weeks of your life to come down to Hobart and watch some kids play hockey.
No, exactly right. And Luke, do you have many family connections in your teams?
In our teams, yeah, we have the Schoenbergers. There's 3 of them. There's one that plays on the U19, one that plays on my team, the boys U19, and one that plays on the U23. Then we have a couple of cousins on my team, and kind of a lot of family connection throughout Canadian underwater hockey.
Yeah, you find that across Great Britain, New Zealand, the Americans. There's sisters, brothers, parents that are reffing, chaperones, and managers. So it's really lovely. I know I was commentating with wonderful Hein from Africa, and his 4 sons play in various levels, from elites down to under-19s. So, yep, he's gone in boots and all as well, and helping with the commentary, helping with the team structure. So that's fantastic for underwater hockey.
Yeah, it's just such a neat sport. Once you get one family into it, they kind of all love it, and they get all their kids into it. And if you get a really good family, they can be spouting out and making lots of teams very good.
When you said that you started when you were pretty young, Luke, was that did you have a schools competition, or did you just go straight into your general competition?
No, so what it is, my mother actually started a under-19 club in Calgary. She helped kind of grow one in there. So my brother played before me. My brother Caleb, he's very well known around the hockey world for playing elites for a lot of years, and actually come down to Australia. They call him Snowflake down here because he has very bleached blonde hair. But so that's what most people know me is through my brother. But yeah, so I just kind of started through the Calgary club that was pre-existing, and then I'm kind of now the second generation coming through along with most of my teammates.
Yeah, great stuff. I'll keep my eye out for Snowflake. Okay, we've got 20 seconds before the start of the second half. It's 13-0. You'd hope to see New Zealand probably back off with the straight line play and start to experiment a little bit with their game style. Use the whole court. Experiment a little bit. And by using the whole court, I mean, it's going to tire out the Canadians, I suppose. But, I don't think we need to be seeing another 13 goals in the second half.
Well, it'd be nice to see them try to kind of like a secondary game plan, like kind of feel something especially in the playoffs, if you find your game plan is just not working against this team, maybe be able to open up to a second game plan, like swinging like the Australians do, maybe more of a wall play, because right now they're playing a very middle of the court game plan.
Yeah, exactly. And the under-19 girls have a double round robin. The rest of the categories have a single round robin. Which allows them to refine things, to get it right before the finals. So they meet each team twice, and the other categories don't have that luxury. So you'd be finding with you and your under-19s, you just see each team once.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate when you play a team and you're like, oh gosh, I feel like we could have beat them. Like you don't get that second chance unless you maybe meet them in the playoffs. But it's pretty much either you win or you don't against the certain teams.
Yeah, look, I feel that as well. There's nothing more frustrating when you get that 2-1 or 3-2 finish. You're the one that that's a terrific drive there. Again, it's very frustrating if you just feel like you've missed that opportunity and you know that the next time you get the chance, it's going to be in finals. And finals hockey is really different.
Yeah, it's definitely... I've never been in one of the finals game in Worlds. Our team hasn't been as fortunate, but I can imagine World speed is just so much faster. I can imagine playoffs, it even ramps up just that a little bit more.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at the roster here, and Canada have got another game this afternoon at 7:30, and I think the New Zealand girls, they've also got another game, last game of the day, which is 8:20 tonight, and they'll be playing Great Britain. So it's a pretty big ask on the second day of competition for these girls.
Yeah, I believe the Canadian girls actually playing 3 games today, which is unbelievable. Like we play 2 games and I get too tired for that. I just want to go to bed. Couldn't imagine playing a third game.
No. Now, have you had much of a chance to have a look around? You've been up to Bonnarong to look at the native animals or anything, Luke?
Actually, today we had a little bit of break. We don't play till later, so we went up to the top of Mount Wellington for the first time. It was closed the one day we tried to go, and it was a very nice view. And we kind of been touring just a little bit. We don't want to tire ourselves out a little bit. We've been all around. We went to Salamanca one of the first few days. A beautiful place down there.
Yeah, great market, isn't it? I mean, most things are fairly close. We're pretty lucky here in Hobart, even though it's a capital city, a city, it's pretty quaint. And here at the Aquatic Centre, we're right on the fringe of the city. We've got the Derwent River outside with people kayaking and rowing and boating, the Queen's Domain, the Botanical Gardens behind us, the mountain just out the window, and I'm really hoping we get some snow by the end of it, Luke. And the city just pretty much a stone's throw away. So it's everything's nice and convenient.
Yeah, definitely big city buildings and small town lifestyle out here.
Yeah, good. I know there's a big push in Hobart to keep the skyline fairly low, but with any people want to develop things, they want to go high. Personally, it'd be nice to keep it low. It's a kind of bit of historic town here. It's nice to get that more quaint kind of feel.
Yeah, definitely that kind of West Coasty vibe. That's what I would compare it to out in Canada. A nice kind of mild temperature area. It gets nice and hot in the summer and very nice and mellow. All the people are very nice here and very polite.
On the whole, I think, you're pretty right. There's always the exceptions. New Zealand girls going for a big drive up the right-hand side and just scooping it back in. Look, it's interesting for the New Zealand when they'll come up against a tough team this afternoon. And it's always hard when you have a slightly easier game first up to lift in that second game and get that intensity back up. So New Zealand have to be really careful not to rest on their laurels, back off with their actual game style. Would you agree, Luke?
Yeah, I think that's why New Zealand's kind of keeping up this attack. They don't want to let up at all. You don't want to kind of show any weakness to any other team, and you want to, especially the coach wants to make sure their players this is Worlds. Even though you're winning a lot right now, you got to keep it up. Other games aren't going to be this easy.
No, that's right. Experiment with the game styles, but the possession and the hand skills and have still got to be as sharp and as quick. And you don't want to fall into the trap of taking the easy option either. You've got to stick to your game plan, the stuff that you've drilled, and make it sharp.
Yeah, you definitely, if you take it too easy, you'll give up on those second efforts, the ones that actually could have got you to goal. You just give up, so another player is going to get it. But Worlds, it doesn't work out like that all the time.
No, that's right. Look, the Canadians they're still plugging at it, and they're obviously getting to know each other's style so well, and they know where each other are going to be. They've got the smarts to swim it deep to stop those drives. And look, I'm not quite sure why the refs have pulled a refs time out here to have a discussion, but Simon's thinking that someone's gloved or...
Yeah, looks
though
like
if it's against Canada, I'm not quite sure why he just didn't play advantage and still call it a goal.
Yeah, it looked like the New Zealand's, the Kiwis had it the whole time there and didn't lose it to the Canadians and actually put it in to the tray. So I'm a little bit confused by that call as well.
Yeah. I know your under 23 girls are off to the Museum of Old and New Art this afternoon, Luke.
Well, that's very exciting. We saw him walking through. We saw Andrew with his big bushy beard there. I love that beard he has
that lumberjack.
There. Mm-hmm.
Now it is Andrew, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Andrew.
With his Where's Wally kind of hat with the pom-pom happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's our team hat. Actually, the W19 boys sold to kind of the rest of Canada we had there for our fundraiser.
Okay. So we just had another goal from New Zealand. Janet, am I techie? Did you see who scored that one? No, number 5? Yeah, number 5 for New Zealand. So well done, Tessa. Now, Luke, tell me, there's lots of little traditions in underwater hockey. Like the team dummy spit. If someone just spits it, they get to wear some kind of silly clothing. Or do you have anything like that in your team?
For ours, we more have like an MVP. This last year we had a funny moose hat. It said Canada, had some big old moose antlers on the side. This year we changed it up. We give them a beaver. It's a little beaver stuffy, so they have to keep it next to them all times until the next game.
Yeah, so it's every game. So most valuable player, that's very positive, Luke.
Yeah, so we tried to space it out. A couple birthdays, that's where they got it for MVP. Otherwise, it's just they did one good thing and we give it to them.
Ah, come on. Look, I like it's funny, the different cultures, isn't it? Because the Aussies are always willing to have ready to have a bit of a dig at anyone that makes a mistake and, pretty much, how do I say that politely, make them pay, I suppose. And, yeah, I know I do like the MVP beaver. That's good. Do you know what the girls do, Luke?
Do not know what the girls do.
Okay. Do you have a fine system?
Oh, we do have a fine squad. We actually have Scotty. He came from South Africa, I believe about 3 or 4 years back, and kind of introduced the Calgary club to that, and kind of getting around the whole Canadian system is the fine squad. So we got Terdar Fines, man. He's got a little notebook. He writes down everything he sees. He's like a hawk there, and anything bad, he's going to write you up.
Yep. And look, I've been fine master plenty of times, and it's lovely when people don't think they've been caught doing something stupid. You write it in the book, and at the end of the games, you can pluck it out and make them pay.
Yeah, I heard some Vegemites in order for us, so I don't know if I'm too excited for that or not. I haven't tried it yet.
Okay, so what's the deal? What do you have to do with the Vegemites?
So we're not not all of us are 18 yet, so we can't do any alcohol or any bad things like that because we have a 15-year-old team. So last Worlds, we had some guys eat some sardines.
Oh, yeah,
not very fun. I think this one, our team dad Bronco, he's gonna get some Vegemite. And we're gonna have to either eat it on a piece of toast or just eat a spoonful of it.
Nice. So is that for every fine, or is that the person that gets the most fines?
So I think what it is typically you always give people at least 3 fines. It can be like, even if they didn't get 3 fines, you just make something up about them. Like, hey, you have stupid looking hair. That's what your fine is. Yeah. And I think we're all going to be taking a spoonful by the end of it.
Yeah, good. Oh, dear. That's pretty nasty. I like that idea, though, because, like you said, you're all under the legal age, so alcohol's definitely out of the question, but creative thinking, the Vegemite's a winner. I'll be interested to see what you think of the Vegemite after you've had 5 teaspoons.
Yeah, I've heard it's better, and I've heard mixed reviews. One of our players actually tried it first breakfast. He got 1 bite in, and he said, no, thank you, and he put that away.
Oh, look, I'm a fan of Vegemite. I love it. I can eat it at any time, but let me give you a little tip. You only want about as much as it can fit on your thumbnail. Seriously, it's pretty serious stuff.
So are you telling me the spoon's too much?
Oh, I think the spoon's too much. I reckon, guys, a toothpick would be the way to go.
I'm wearing and ready to go. I'm super excited for this spoonful now.
Yeah, just have a big jug of water beside you, Luke. And you're looking forward to the underwater-themed Prezzo night?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I think we got our outfits all set up.
It's always exciting to see
what. Some flashiness, a little bit of style. Don't want to give too much away. It's reviewing the grand reveal, but it's got a little bit of plaid. That's my little tidbit I'll give to you.
A little bit of plaid?
A little bit of plaid.
Oh, check.
A little bit of Canadian plaid in there for you.
Oh, well, that goes the lumberjack thing.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Any sparkles or shine?
No. I think maybe we might have got our coach a little bit of shine, but don't tell him that.
Right. Okay.
We pick out the uniforms for him, so he doesn't really know what he's wearing yet.
Yeah,
I'm
I love it.
Quite excited to reveal it to him. He's a big fellow, so
there's plenty of space to cover. It's always good to see what people rock up in the after party, especially when there's a theme happening. All right, so back to the game. 17-0 for New Zealand. Canada will be feeling pretty tired by now, but look, well done, girls. We love what you're doing. I think everyone in the stands just is right behind Canada with their 2 teams of 8 in the women's division. It's better to bring 2 teams of 8 than stack 1 team and not bring another.
Yeah, we just want to spread it all around. Like, world's experience is world's experience no matter what, and to bring 2 teams is way better than just bringing 1. And I know they're showing a lot of heart out here. I think all the Canadian teams, like, even if we're down a lot, we're still going to be playing our hearts out there.
Yeah, and look, gloved in. So
there's our lucky break. There's our Canadian heart.
Yep. Look, I'd love to see one of the Canadian girls go for a nice big swim and put one in the tray. But look, they're just holding it together really well, working on their team structure. Well done, Canada. That's great.
I know the boys had a lot of fun. I think it was 2 days ago they played New Zealand, and we got some good chance in there. They didn't let in 20 goals, so that was a big point for us. We got very excited.
Isn't that funny when you have that? You set yourselves those little milestones, and it's either they're not going to go over 10, they're not going to go over 20, and if you just keep them down to 19, that's a celebration.
And I know my boys. We always get very excited when the girls are playing or when the other U23 guys in. And we're gonna put our voice out there for everyone to hear.
Yeah, good stuff. So you're under 23s today. Let's have a look when they're playing. So we're looking at 6:40, men's 23 Canada against South Africa.
Ooh,
Cool.
Should be a good one.
Look, I tell you what, I hope I'd suggest to anyone the game at 5 o'clock, the men's 23s. We've got New Zealand against Turkey.
Ooh,
So
that'll be a good game for sure.
Yeah.
Turkish team, I know they kind of surprised everyone last Worlds. No one's ever seen Turkey play, and they kind of rolled in there and took a gold medal for themselves.
Yeah, and they had a girls' team as well at the last in Spain. From the standings, from the seedings, they seem to have a girls' team. No one here this time. I'd love to know what their girls' hockey is like in Turkey. I'd love to go and visit. I think it'd be really interesting.
Yeah, they're definitely it's kind of, when I saw them on the score sheet the first time in Spain, I was like, wow, Turkey, they have a team. Like, I've never even heard of any teams out that far east. And
yeah, well,
it was pretty surprising to me.
You can't miss them, though, can you, Luke? They're pretty
they're big
solid
boys.
guys. And if we start talking about beards and body hair, well, Turkey's got it. They're onto it. Yeah, so that'd be a game to watch, Turkey and New Zealand. It's I think those top teams have got the stats for the most people sitting on the sub bench. So, I wouldn't be surprised if for that game you've got 4 against 4, 4 against 3.
Yeah, as you kind of get bigger inside, you tend to get more penalties. You're throwing your body a little bit around, and refs don't like when you're throwing your bodies in, so definitely see that.
I suppose going to a 3-metre pool for the next World Elites in Canada, and then again Sheffield 2.6 metres, you tend to find that's a bit less. Gives you a bit more space. You don't get that same body contact.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to kind of pop back down on someone by accident with a quick dive. That little bit of extra meter, it's a huge deal.
Yeah. So 3 minutes 36 to go. In the other court, we've got USA playing Colombia in the under-19s, and it's a really close game, Luke. 2 to Colombia, 1 to USA. Colombians are just amazing to watch, aren't they, Luke? Have you watched many of their games?
No, we played them yesterday, and they worked us. They're very fast, very strong, and they're very fun guys though. We've got a good high fives with them after, giving them a little bit of Canadian spirit bracelets. And
yeah, they love it. They're such friendly and friendly people. We had a bit of a talk about the dance warm up beforehand, because the Colombians really love a groove, don't they? The salsa, a bit of action, and we thought, well, when they get in the water, it looks like they're everywhere and they all move as one, and they're really tight. And we're kind of thinking it's like they continue that dance into the pool.
But yeah, their game plan is, I think it's like a 2-2-2-2 or whatever it is, and they move like a cohesive unit, just moving back and forth throughout the whole pool. And you take that puck, you get past one, you're gonna hit another 3, and they move together in such great synchronization. It's almost amazing to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's like you could have it like, how many Colombians can you fit in a square meter in the pool? And it's the whole blimmin' team. They're all down there. It's a wall of players. Okay, so New Zealand doing another run, but a nice defence from the Canadian. But look, she's got three black bats against her. So a goal from Number. Thanks, ref. Doesn't make it very easy when they don't put the fingers up for the reffing.
We're looking to keep it at 19. That's our game plan right now.
Okay,
that's what they did last time, and
I'm with you. And I don't think they're going to call a. Oh no, he's calling a timeout. Okay, and I reckon. Oh, I don't think the pool deck refs. They've just seen it.
There you go.
And so, what do you think your Pierre is going to say to these girls?
Well, keep it at 19. That 100%
I think
for
you're
sure.
right. I think you're right, and that makes the girls, instead of thinking about, oh gosh, we're not doing so well, it's 19-0, putting it as a positive. Right, girls, you can do this. This is your focus. They'll do it.
Yeah, and Pierre, he's definitely a fun guy. He's got a very heavy French accent, but he's really good at kind of motivating a team and like telling them, hey, we're down 19, like we're not going to win this game, but let's go in there, let's have a little fun. Let's not try to leave it for goose egg on the board here. Let's try to get one for us, and let's leave it for good hurrah.
Now, Luke, what was that comment about a goose egg?
Goose egg, that's what we call a 0 on the scoreboard up in Canada a little bit. So you don't want to leave it for goose egg. That's what the 0 is.
Yeah.
You want to get a little number 1 there.
Oh, that's gold, Luke. Goose egg. We've had some funny comments coming up in the commentary box, Luke, because we've got people from all over the world taking the commentary box. Spanish, we've got Afrikaans being spoken, French, and New Zealand and Australian. Yeah, and these little gems that people pepper their commentary with. It's just, it's a win. It's a win.
definitely cool to see all the cultures kind of intertwining, putting their own little lingo. I heard recycle for the first time, the first couple of times.
That's
And
recycle, man.
I love that. That's a great term to kind of recycling it out of the pool. It's a great term. I love it.
Yeah, it's spot on. And I said I was using the, come on, girls, keep it out.
Get it out.
Ah.
Oh,
There we go. We hit the
let's
big
see.
2-0.
Oh, no goal. See?
Hey, the stars have aligned. Let's go. There was one of the girls that did this really awkward move, the old roll where you flick it under your own bottom and you lose sight of it totally. And one of the other guys in the commentary box just called out the crocodile roll. That's what it is.
Oh, I might have to steal that one too.
Perfect. Use that. So equal puck right out in front of goals, and the crowd's actually really behind the Canadians. They want to see this stay at 19-0 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So a minute 15, Luke, and we've enjoyed doing this game. I think
yeah,
it's
I've had
been
a lot
bit
of
of fun.
fun.
Yeah, learn a bit more about Canada, a bit more about the under-19 competition. It's just terrific. I think the live chat, the live streaming, it's just opened up so many doors and windows.
Yeah, just like you hear a lot more opinions from either like the managers, the coaches, the players themselves. It's really great to kind of get our voices out there, and a lot of people probably didn't even know we had them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's nice to hear from the refs too. I love having a bit of conversation with the refs because sometimes they don't get to mix as much with the players and the coaches, and it's like a whole different world. But this is getting their message, like you said, Luke, you gave such a good rundown on all the work they do to get here. A lot of people wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of efforts put in the come to Worlds, like through training. You train for my team. We've been training for 2 years straight just to get here, and kind of every other team. We train your regiment, referees. They kind of find the calls, figure out what they need to do better, and get here, get the Worlds, and make it the best possible for not only the players but people watching.
Yeah, that's right. And look, Luke, I'm getting pretty excited for this. I love this. Keep it under 20. 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, they can do it.
Come on, girls.
Come on.
We are all behind you. I mean, I feel like they're straight out the front of us. I feel like jumping in and giving them a hand. Look at this.
there
They're
we
breaking
go.
out, but it's coming round.
Oh, they put it there to the wall.
Fantastic effort, Canada.
They're going to do it.
Come on, girls. Come on, girls. There's only 4 seconds to go. 2, 1, and they've
That's
done.
but I think that's time.
It's time. They won't
They
have
did
time.
it. That's a small victory.
Well,
That's
give me
all you can take.
5. Brilliant. Well, look. Would you like to go out in the pool deck and grab one of the girls for a quick chat?
100%, I would love to.
Yeah. Look, it's been fantastic, Luke.
Yeah.
Lovely to meet you, and I'm sure. Well, hopefully, I'll see you in Canada. I'll pass the microphone out into the pool deck. If you want to just stand out there, your camera's up on the stand. That's where you're looking, and we'll chat again sometime.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Thanks, Luke. Nice work, Luke. You're a natural. We've just run out a bit of time to catch up with the girls on poolside. So this stream's pretty much coming to an end. Thanks for tuning in with us, and thanks Elle Marie, Raylene, Cassie, Colin, Jeremy, Zane and Alexander Duff. Thanks for your live chat. Nat Wickham out.